Here is the American Electric 115 street light that I installed a couple days ago. It's at night now and it's running. Figure this would be an interesting time to record it because it's very foggy and hazy out right now, so it kind of looks interesting. I've really been enjoying this light. It's a 100 watts high pressure sodium light, so it has that beautiful orange glow to it, and it's just instant nostalgia. So I got it installed here in the backyard, and the lighting pattern is kind of interesting. It's very long like this way, but it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't come out very far from the fixture at all, which I guess would make sense considering that a street is fairly narrow yet very long, so that would be a logical design for the refractor. But here it is, and it looks great. Really neat. Get some water on the camera here. Now it does a pretty good job lighting up here. I'm going to put a second one over here, and that should be enough for this area because I don't really plan to expand much beyond this little rock wall here. There's just no reason to. You know, I could clean up over there, and I will, but I don't think there's a reason to illuminate it because I don't think I'm going to put anything over there. Although on the other hand, I'm just looking at it now, and it looks like a really good spot for a hammock, so maybe I will end up illuminating it. Yep, I think so. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but it's an absolutely perfect spot for a hammock. Okay, so so I might put maybe I'll put 3 more, or a total of 3. I'll put one on that fence post right there, that one, and then I don't know, I'll have to figure out the other one, maybe on that fence in the back if it holds. I'm not sure. That fence isn't really in good condition. I also thought about putting a couple of them along that side of the fence because they're not as obnoxious as I thought they were going to be. Like from the back of it, especially if you tilt it up, it doesn't really shine back at all. So if it was on the fence here, I don't think it would be obnoxious to the neighbors, especially if I use the ones that don't have the refractor lens. It won't cause any light pollution into the other yard. So that's I'm more of a long-term possibility, but this year in the spring, definitely going to put another one here and then maybe one more over there. That's going to look so cool. Unfortunately, these lights are becoming super scarce around here. There's 2 or 3 state roads that still had them, and on the way home from work today I noticed that one of the roads had cheap junk LED lights installed next to the sodium ones for a significant stretch. So that sadly is going to be the end of the line for that road, the lights on that road. So there's not going to be many streets left with them. So the only way I'll be able to continue to enjoy these is to install them somewhere that these crazy efficiency regulations cannot mess with them, which is on my property. So that is what I will do. And it will look really, really cool. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait a couple of months because I'm out of money now because of these stupid bats and everything, but in the spring, or I guess probably more towards the summer, I will get more and I will install them. So I think that's it for now. I've still got the 70 watt ones on the deck. And just an item of interest about these, the throw on these, even though these are only 70 watts, is, I actually want to say, better. It's not as bright right underneath it, but the span of light is, it goes very far away. These will go all the way back to the fence there. Whereas this one, it's brighter right underneath it, but it doesn't go as far. It could be a mounting failure. You know, these are supposed to be pretty high up and this isn't. It's only like 10 feet off the ground maybe. But with that in mind, I'm not sure that these would be the best solution for the house, because on the house, like in the driveway, I want it to illuminate to the end of the driveway, and I don't think so that this would do that. So the Woods ones, or whatever brand they are, these might remain the best option for on the house, which I kind of think is the way I want to keep it anyways, because they would be cosmetically identical. And then if I added another one on this side of the house up here, it would be it would look really cool because they'd all be the same. But then on the other hand, I kind of wanted to put a street light up there because that would be the highest point I could get one. So I'm not quite sure. I haven't decided what I want to do with that yet, but I got the one here and it's super cool. I'll go ahead and turn these lights off and then we can see it just by itself. Oh shoot, that was the wrong one. Okay. Gotta wait for it to restrike now. Alright, it just restruck. So now we'll get to watch the glow up, or whatever it's called, as these start up. It gets going pretty fast. Definitely much faster than the ones on the deck. So as you can see, it doesn't really cover a big area like those ones on the deck do. I think those actually have better coverage than this, or at least more even coverage. And the light on this really doesn't go far this way, but it makes sense, because if you're lighting up a long and narrow street, you would want the light to be the exact shape that it is, which is long and narrow. So considering the application this was designed for, this refractor makes logical sense and is working properly and is designed properly. This is much better than those crazy LED fixtures that blast light every which way and cause a lot of light pollution. This wouldn't cause much light pollution at all. Look at that. It's such a long, wide, narrow beam. It makes perfect sense. It's the way it should be. I'm not using the fixture the way it was intended to be, so that's why it's kind of not lighting up my area here correctly, but the fixture itself is working according to the way it was designed, which makes sense for the application. So that's it for this one. The American Electric 115 100 watt high pressure sodium street light. absolutely love this install. It came out great. It's super cool. And I would definitely be installing more.